Really important for us. Was perfect for us because we had time to work. In the end, to talk about this game, in the end we have the feeling that we need to do a lot of work still. So it was a good tour. Today we don't play quite well. We struggle, especially in the build-up. We struggle with long balls and second balls from the opponent, so we have a lot to do.
Was this the mood was really good? Was this a helpful reminder of how much work is still to be done before the season begins?
I think was perfect. The way all happened was perfect. We play well, and then second game we play well. In the third game we suffered the difficulties of the Premier League, the physicality. We struggle in the build-up again, so it was perfect.
Mason Mount scored a lovely goal. At the back end of last season, we saw him building some momentum. Are you confident he's going to carry that into the new season now? Yeah,
because he does everything 100%. Every training, every game is always the same player, and that is the only thing. For you to maintain the consistency, you have to work, and he works a lot.
And Brian Mbeumo's Manchester United debut, it was great seeing that front three of him, Mateus and Bruno. What did you think?
I think he played well. Of course, he needs to improve in a lot of things. You can feel it that the physicality of Brian is not perfect. That is normal. But the first touch, the way he turns and connects to the other guys, the runs that he made is really important. Is going to be really important in our team.
Well, thank you, Ruben. Safe journey back.
Congratulations on winning the Premier League Summer Series trophy and another goal for you today. It was a little spicy second half out on the field. It was obviously a lot of passion involved today.
Oh, it's a game of football. There's always passion there. Whatever happens, and it's part of the game. I think there was nothing spicy there. It was just a moment between me and one of their players, but all set. Obviously, everyone wants to win. No one likes to be fouled, so it's normal. It's part of the game.
When you look over the course of the whole United States tour, has it been everything that you wanted it to be?
No, it was positive. Obviously, it was positive to be together also, to create a bond between the players. Obviously, to get into the way we want to play, to involve obviously the new ones and everything. But obviously, we didn't want to finish in this way. I think our performance wasn't the best off the ball. I think we were a little bit lazy today. And we have to avoid that, because the laziness you can pay it at any moment, and by one mistake of me you pay ending up on 2-2.
You talked about the bond. You got 2 victories, a hard-fought draw. You brought in some really talented players in the transfer market. As the club captain, as a leader, is this club in a place where it needs to be right now?
He's improving. It's not the place it has to be. Obviously, I don't want to take a dig at anyone, but I think the club is doing the best that they can, in terms, obviously, with all the financial situation that they talk about. I don't know about it. I'm not involved in that. So, but obviously, it was crystal clear that we needed more competition for the players that were here. We needed more quality to get everyone to step up a little bit more, to have more to do to get into the first 11. And I think that's what the club is trying to do, the manager, and hopefully we can get some 1 or 2 players more to help in that.
Bruno, there's a lot of talk about a new culture at this football club, whether it's from the manager, from the players, from Jason Wilcox, one of the others. Talk to us, what do we mean by culture? What are our listeners and viewers mean by when you say culture of the football club's changing?
Oh, it's every detail, every small thing matters. At this football club, you can't do anything wrong on the pitch and off the pitch, because it's too big worldwide, and you get punished by that. You get the attention of the media, you get the attention of your fans, and you have to be aware of that. And obviously, at this club, the culture of this club was winning. He was there, he was winning, he knows how he was, and we need to bring back that. Not only the winning mentality that we need, and I think it's been always there, but obviously if you don't win, you don't show it. But there's also other many things that the club is trying to improve. The facilities have improved. We're trying to improve the team, we're trying to improve the staff, we're trying to improve a lot of things. I think a lot of people have suffered from this. People that are working at the club for many years had to go. The fans paying more in the tickets, and we really appreciate all the effort they do for us. So it's time to us now, players, to pay that on the pitch.
Thank you, Bruno, for talking to us. We really appreciate your time, and best of luck for the season
Thank
ahead. Which team or which manager, you take your pick, has stuck out to you?
United seemed the obvious choice, but for me it was West Ham. We spent a lot of time with all these teams, getting up and close with Graham Potter and his training and the ideas that he's putting forth. There was an enthusiasm in the group when we saw him yesterday that they just felt like they were ready. Malik Diouf is a really good signing. We saw that today. But the one that stands out for me, which I was surprised at that he stood out, was Jared Bowen. I think he's a humble leader. He does the business on the pitch. He wants that leadership role. He wants to be the one who's scoring the goals and getting amongst, even though he's not the number 9. I was impressed.
For you, Rob?
I'd have to go Manchester United in what I would call it almost the drawing of the line. The are you with us if you're not? There's a group of players that I think they call it the bomb squad have been left at home who are not involved. They have no place to play now in the future of Manchester United. This manager is starting to say from here on in, this is how we go. If you're with me, that's fine. If you're not with me, you go the other side of the line and we go about our business.
Can I touch on that
Yeah.
real quick? Because it's such a good point. At Manchester United, we've seen this. The bomb squad meant nothing because it was like, oh, you want to bomb me out of the squad? Guess what? We're going to turn on you in a second, and there'll be another group, and then they kind of filter their way back in. This summer series was really bad for the players that got left back behind because I think the line has been drawn. It's a great illustration. Those players who are on the outside are really on the outside. This isn't a matter of, well, we're on the outside and we'll be let back in soon. I don't think so.
Alejandro Garnacho, one of those members of the bomb squad being linked with Chelsea. And if we look away from the summer series at Chelsea and other teams, what is sticking out to you ahead of the new season?
Well, this is the summer of signings. Liverpool last season, Bex, didn't make a really signing in the summer. They've gone lights out this time, and let's not forget, they could be a British record away from getting Alexander Isak, which is scary. Arsenal have got Gyökeres as a front striker. We've been saying for years that that's what they need. You know, City did business early. Chelsea got João Pedro and the Club World Cup winners. So business needs to be done, and I just think that most of the teams we've seen at the summer series will feel they've still got business to do before they're ready to kick off.
When you look at the title race, with the way Liverpool have strengthened, is it too easy to say it's Liverpool lights out? Or with the way that Robbie's just gone through just a couple of teams, and no one's even mentioned Manchester City, by the way, that it will be a bit tighter?
Yeah, Liverpool for me are the front runners and leaders for everything that Robbie said. They've made incredible signings, and they are so well grooved from the start. They're going to start the season flying. I know it. I can't bet against Pep Guardiola. They had one down season in the last 40 under Pep Guardiola. Like, I'm not going to bet against them because of that. So they could come good. Arsenal, for me, were the ones I thought they did amazing business. They got their number 9, and yet Liverpool go again and they sign a lot of players. So I like Arsenal to really challenge for that. And then Chelsea is the wild card. They won a European title. They won the Club World Championship. And now I'm thinking like, oh, this is starting to come together really, really quicker than I thought. So for me, that's my top 4. I also think it's going to be tight because all of these teams are going to take points off each other. But Liverpool, for me, start the season front runners.
Arsenal, you said they've got Gyökeres.
Yep.
They've got Martin Zubimendi. In fact, they've had a decent
Madueke,
window, haven't they? Madueke from Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
They're still sniffing around Eberechi Eze.
Correct. There's a bit of depth now, and that's what Arsenal, I think, was the issue when the best 11 or 12 players weren't out. There was a bit of a drop-off. I just feel that there's still an X factor for me about Arsenal that I'm not quite sure. If Gyökeres delivers the goals, they can win the title. That's as simple.